then. Hey, everybody. We are
Hello.
just a week late and a dollar short. What can we say?
Welcome to life in 2024.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to the two heart-centered people. Allie, heart-centered, Marina, heart-centered. And we're always happy to be here on our regular show, Marina and I, in the first part of the journey. And actually, I think we're still going on next week with Arthur. Arthur will be,
Yes. Yeah.
we'll keep that going. But I had my no electricity. And so it's very sad to hear that now Marina really doesn't have water. So it's like, welcome to the world, like you say, to 2024. Yeah.
Exactly. These little things come up, and it's amazing how now that I know that I have to be careful about water consumption,
Uh-huh.
that all of a sudden I run out of towels. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to wait until they fix it. So, which is the cleanest dirty towel, and
Right.
we'll go with that for now. I mean, it's not like it's an emergency, right?
Right.
And how many for water for coffee? I had to go buy bottled water because
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
don't want to make it more difficult for them. And because it was one of the main lines that brings water through the city and into the city, they think it's going to be at least a week before they can fix it.
Oh dear, really? I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So,
with me, if somebody said you can't, when I first moved in here, I didn't have my washer and dryer hookup, so I couldn't do any laundry. And that's when you spill stuff all over your favorite outfit, and the dog, gets up on the bed and has dirt all over them in the beds. Yeah, the sheets are dirty.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
Oh dear.
That's what it is. But you know what? We just go through it. I said to my son, this is a really, because he asked before he took the dog out for her dog run, do we have any plans for supper? And I said, well, we're conserving water. I get takeout, I guess.
They have to conserve it, but in a different way.
Yes. So,
Yeah, that's right.
It's our sandwiches.
And sometimes they have to transport special parts. Sure they do.
Yes.
Or, the other thing that can happen is when there is a main water line break, you also worry about something getting into the water. And so you have to be very careful of that as well. And you have to boil it or whatever,
That's actually in the neighborhood where it happened. That's what they have brought in water trucks so that people can go and get bottles and things filled up from the water truck. And they've said, if you are using the water from the sink, make sure that you bring it to a rolling boil for at least a minute before you consume it.
Don't want to have any contamination. Absolutely not.
No, but it's a mess. I mean, what it did, it's a mess.
Yeah. So, oh, wow. I'm so sorry. Do you think that it had something to do with was hit, or just the piping was so old that it just was corroded or something?
You know what? I think this particular part of the line and the feeder was built or rebuilt in 1975. So
okay,
it's a few years old, but it's not like it was 1934.
No, but it's almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it had just had an inspection in April and everything looked fine. So this was one of those things that just happened.
Yeah. Just have to be... Hopefully it wasn't a nefarious reason that they'll find out later. Okay. Yeah. Because that's no good. No. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's say hello to some of our friends. We have Karen Doyle. We have Roxy, Christine Fryer, JR, Cheryl. Rossi's here. Haven't seen you in a while, Rossi. It's good to see you. Jimmy F. Let's see. And Roxy, sorry you have to go through that too, Marina. Yeah. Hopefully it will be done sooner than later.
Well, exactly. It just it's more inconvenient than anything else.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised when I went to Costco to pick up a few things, and they had lots of water, okay,
That's
bottled
the
water.
surprise. Yeah, because a lot of
Yes,
people will hoard it. Yeah.
exactly, and they had, a sign over the water saying, "Limit 3 cases per person." And
Okay.
I thought, I didn't see too many people who had 3 cases in their cart. And I
Yeah.
thought, "Okay, they learned their lesson with the
They learned
toilet
their
paper."
lesson when the toilet paper was gone.
Yes.
You guys
Yeah,
had the same problem then with the toilet paper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, and
Wow.
Costco refused to take them back, and when everything was settled and people had stockpiled and they took wanted to return it to Costco, and Costco said, "No, sorry,
Yeah.
can't take
Good.
'em back."
Good
No,
for them. Good for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep,
If you're
exactly.
gonna be that way, we're gonna be this way. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's right.
Thomas. It's good to
Hey,
see you.
Thomas. Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too hot down there. Ooh-wee, I bet
Yes.
it is. Oh, you went on vacation,
Wow,
Rossi.
yes.
Yay.
Good for
Good for you.
you. I hope you had fun.
I hope so too. I hope so. So
Yeah,
yes, there was there was a solar flare that went, I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's 13 times more powerful than, and so they said that those of us in the higher places should be able to see the aurora borealis maybe in a few days. So keep your
ah,
eye out for it, Marina, because you're
okay,
in a
perfect.
primo place for that. And
Perfect, I will.
even my daughter saw a lot here, but I'm sure it was even more beautiful further up. So,
Oh, I
yeah,
will.
yeah,
I will, I
that's
will.
amazing. It's just
And you know
amazing.
what? I wonder if maybe that solar flare might have something to do with our energy.
It's very well. You think? Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's wonky.
Yeah.
The other thing I found out from Valerie Bradshaw, who does the astrology, she said that some of the configurations on the planet, well, we already know Pluto's in a place it hasn't been in 275 years, but she's saying there's configurations happening that have never been recorded as well.
Oh,
We don't know what the energy does. And
oh,
so, I'm just feeling like we're seeing that in throughout the world, because I was reading in the newspaper that Europe is electing right-wing wingnuts,
yeah,
and it's everywhere now.
yeah,
And it's like, where is this energy coming from?
yeah.
And it just reminds me too much of World War II and all the crazy people that they brought together. So when she told me that, I thought it was important to remember that because we don't maybe know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then when I was on with Michelle, she's saying that insurance companies, in Vedic astrology, insurance companies aren't giving a crap about anything that we try to get them to pay. And I'm
Yeah.
seeing that. I am
Yeah.
no one will return anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
So
well.
hello, McGrill. Nice to see you. And Jen Bowles.
Hello, Jen.
Very nice to see you as well. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Um, So I guess it's a good time to mention that while we're going through these times, and it isn't a reprimand in any way to anybody, but while we're going through these times, we have work that we need to do, and we're never really done. But some of the work that we need to do is our shadow work, and we need to also do some work with releasing some of the ancestral traumas. And if that just means we need to think about it and find a way of, working through that, because it's going to be more difficult for us to do it as time goes on. And we're right in this ascension energy. And so it's really quite vital. And most of us don't want to look at it. I'm going to say that.
No, I
It's no
I agree
fun.
with you. Like
Yeah.
I said to you, before when we were backstage.
Uh,
Yeah, I did. I went for a massage today, and halfway
yeah.
through, I said to Masood, who is, oh my God, the world's best masseur,
Uh-huh.
bar none. And he also does energy work and chakra work and
Great.
Reiki, all
Yeah.
kinds of different things. And I'd said to him, "Hey, when we're done, can you just check in on my chakras? Because he
Mhm,
said, oh, why? Something going on? I said, I don't know. Just check in.
mhm.
And usually, I'm pretty balanced in my chakras. And he said, yeah, he said, your root chakra and your heart chakra are just a little off. I thought, okay, all right.
Yeah, and
So
it makes sense. It makes complete
it
sense.
makes sense. Yeah. So
Mhm.
there is some shadow work that I need to, in terms of my well-being, security,
Correct.
whatever, survival and all that maybe is lurking back there, that I'm going
Mhm.
to have to bring out the blind spot tarot for myself.
Yeah, never hurts to do it. I mean, yeah, and,
No,
we think we've gotten through something, and then it rears its ugly head, and the
yes,
only thing we can do is just keep it on, you know? It's a process, and it's all our whole life we have to do it, but
exactly.
I think it's really important, and, the people that are having the hardest times, and I'll even say myself, when that happened to me Monday with all the power, I went ballistic. I did.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
You got a sick husband, you got a house that's falling apart, you got this, you got that. Okay, no power. So,
Yeah.
and it,
Just
it
one
felt that
more
way.
thing.
It was like, we're
Yeah.
going to take away her power, the words, even.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
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 I hear you, Christine. Sometimes, we
Yeah.
all struggle with it too.
We do.
It's just,
Mm,
yeah, just because we're able to talk to you about it and be encouraging and all that,
yeah.
we do that for ourselves
We
as
gotta
well.
take a mirror. We do.
Yeah,
We take a mirror. We
totally.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do that. So old
Yeah.
Silver said, "This week is always the worst of the year, but everything is telling me to lay low." So this is for you a tough week anyway, old Silver. That's interesting. So you know that and you can prepare for it, which is
Yes.
for some reason, and that's really good. I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because like maybe you're going to be off for the summer or whatever it is and finishing up something,
Yeah.
but whatever it is, yeah, good for you. Diane
Absolutely.
is here. Hello,
Thank
Wiki. Thank you so much,
you.
Wiki. You're so nice. That's very sweet of you.
Absolutely. Oh,
And look who's here. We got Michelle. Yeah.
hey,
And oh
Michelle.
yeah. Michelle is fabulous, everybody. If you haven't
Uh-huh.
had even watched her show, you should watch her show, but she does fantastic Vedic readings. And I find them to be very on point. So there you go.
Absolutely.
There you
Yeah,
go. And we
absolutely.
got Jen
Good.
Bowles' best friend. Sherry's here.
Anniversary.
And your spirit
And
guide with Karina. Hi.
hello.
Yeah.
And Book. Book
And
is
Book
here.
is here. Yes, I know.
Yay.
It's wonderful.
You made it. You
Book,
made it.
I'll tell Marina what you said in the last show. She said she went to a pride parade and she had lemonade and tequila with not Tabasco, hot peppers.
Oh,
And
you
it's like,
go,
cha
girl.
cha cha. That will wake you right
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Good for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we all do, Corinna. I really believe
Yeah.
that it's just, and we have to remind ourselves of that. Here is last week. You seem to have been hard for many of us. Yes, it is like a wave. You're absolutely right,
Yeah.
Cheryl. I was telling Marina, my daughter, who is almost 47 years old, she's a therapist, and she listens to narcissistic problems all day long. That's her specialty,
Yeah.
and she's invested in this Palestine movement, and she's crying all the time. She says she moves from with a client with this problem, like you know who, because
Yeah.
you know who is a narcissist, over to this.
Yes.
And she's, I think she's giving herself PTSD, and
Yeah.
I was saying to her, you got to give yourself a break. You can't be looking at this, and that's the same way with Trump or
Yes.
anything else in the news that yeah that we can't
Yeah.
it's really bad. That could also be affecting your heart or my heart or anybody's heart, can it?
Well, absolutely. Why not? Because
Yeah,
watching people suffer is not a fun thing to do. I don't care where they are. I don't care what color they are, how old
right.
they are, what they did to you in the past. Especially, oh God, especially when it comes to children and old
Oh,
people.
I
Can we
know. Yeah, come
please,
on. Yeah. Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you tell me what that innocent little child did to you. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
I don't believe the stories I'm hearing. I don't believe, oh, it was a terrible mistake. We're investigating it. No, you're
Mhm.
not. You did it on
Uh-huh.
purpose. Come on now.
Well,
You know.
they quote rescued 4
Yes.
Israelis, but in the meantime killed a bunch of other people.
Yes.
And so it's bothersome to me.
Yeah.
And I will talk about it, but I also know
Yeah.
I have to live, and it is difficult
Yes.
energy to work with. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, so Thomas said you had a manic episode during Father's Day weekend 10 years ago, up from Thursday to Monday, some serious therapy. Honey, I understand. I
Yeah.
honestly really understand. And if it was 10 years ago, Thomas, that's when those things happen, because that would have put you at probably in your mid 30s. And a
Yeah.
lot of people have breakdowns, and I'm not a therapist, so for entertainment purposes only, but
Yeah.
I've seen things happen that people remember or they go through in their
Yes.
30s that just seems to come out of nowhere. It's like, why, how come I remember this?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's frightening. I'm glad you made it through, dear. And please
Yeah.
know that,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's very courageous of you to share that with us. So thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Mousy.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you.
Hey, Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Astrological Tarot, you're testing out new equipment. Oh, you can be as quiet as you want, Michelle. And hello,
Mhm.
John. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Uh-huh.
okay with just having you lurk.
Lurkers are good. That's right.
Lurkers are fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
lurkers are
Some
fine.
folks next to us at the parade shared their Trader Joe's lemonade and jalapeno juice with
Oh,
tequila. So what you're saying here, Book, is TJ's has, and you can even make a virgin one, you told me. Yeah.
uh-huh.
For those of
Yeah.
us who always are virgins.
Yes. My goodness. Please.
Yeah. Hi,
Where are my
Judith.
pearls?
You want to clutch your pearls.
I want to clutch my pearls. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's very true, Cheryl. We don't realize what's triggered us some of the time. It can be a song. It could be
Yes.
what else? It
A
could be anything.
smell?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah,
Anything.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, Marina, you probably have seen these, but I'm going to just show you because you always have fabulous things. And so I just wanted you to see mine.
I love them.
I look like Dame Edith Everidge.
Yes, Dame Edna. Dame
Yes,
Edna.
that's
Full of
right.
coal.
Edna, not Edith. Yes.
Full of yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But the only problem
Oh
with it is I can't see anything because they're, yeah.
no,
Do you have something to
no.
share? Yeah.
Um. Oh my goodness gracious! You're not going to believe this.
Marina
You're not
always
going to
has
believe
fabulous
it.
stuff. There you go. Oh, very
We can,
similar. Very
we can be
similar.
twins. Look.
Except, see, I live my life through rose-colored glasses.
God, yes. Yeah. And I prefer to hide.
Yes, I was going to say you like to throw shade,
That's right. That's yeah. Just yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Do the sideways thing. Oh my gosh. See?
Yep,
See, we're connected in more ways
we
than one, you
definitely
and
are,
I,
Marina.
Allie. And,
We
great
are
minds think alike and all
great
that.
minds. Absolutely. Yes, Russie, we're twinsies. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
go
speaking
ahead.
of, before I forget, everybody, this coming Friday on June
Mhm.
the 14th, Val is going to be our hostess for Story in the Cards. Not going to tell you what it's going to be about,
Be
but
there.
you have to be there. That all I'm going to say is you don't want to be the person at the end of it all who says, "Oh, I missed it."
It's not as much fun to watch it after.
Yes, no.
Yes.
And
Okay.
everybody will be talking about it. Honestly, everybody will be talking about it. So you have
Yep.
got to be there. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Something we thought up the last time, and it has legs. So Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. There we go.
absolutely.
All
And yes, we're
right.
moon twinsies. Yeah.
Shatabisic.
Shut
Shatabisic? Shatabisic. I don't know. You
it.
say it so well. You
Shut
make
up.
it trip
Yeah.
off your tongue, you know? You
Yes. Like,
always do.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I submit that we, the people, are all suffering from various, yeah, we are. Even MAGA,
Yes.
especially MAGA.
Yes.
So many of us have, yeah. Do you know what he said? It is, Marina will tell you what he said at his last rally in Las Vegas.
Yeah. He said, I don't care about you. I care about your vote.
That's right. He doesn't care
And
about you.
people cheered. People
But he told the
cheered.
truth. You're right. He
Yes.
told the truth. Yes, he told the
For
truth.
the first
And so
time in his life.
yeah, we were just talking also about the Dr. Phil, please, interview. This man cannot have a degree in psychiatry and say, "Oh, you're poor you. You've been through this and that. How do you do it?"
Yes.
Come on. I haven't liked him for a long time, but he has
Yeah.
said reasonable things to people that are not being nice to other people. But this was
And you
crazy.
know what? It's not Dr. Phil anymore, and it hasn't been since I think either 2006 or 2016. I'm not sure. It's Mr. Phil because he has lost his license to practice.
Oh, I didn't know that, Marina.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Oh,
Mr. Phil McGraw.
Mr. Phil.
Mr. Phil. Yeah.
Oh,
And that
geez.
was
Yeah,
so
yeah, he's MAGA.
I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God, somebody hand that man a chapstick because his lips must be cracked from doing all that ass kissing. That was,
Unreal. Yeah,
yes,
unreal. And I know that Trump and oh, what is it? Oprah have had a falling out. I don't think Phil and she have had one, but I know she and the pillow guy have.
yes.
And
Yeah.
also the guy that
Dr.
Dr.
Oz.
Oz. That's right,
Yeah,
Dr. Oz. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
How did he lose it, Marina? Did he just not pay to have it renewed, or did he like
It
lose it?
No, I think that it was yeah, he either just didn't oh, he was accused of taking, you don't say. Well, I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't hear that in I just know that he doesn't have his license anymore,
Yeah.
and he hasn't had it for quite some time. So,
Mhm.
um,
Okay.
there's and if you're so famous, and this is part of who you are, is TV personality, it's Dr. Phil.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would you not
Hi, Laura.
have
Yeah,
uh, have your license renewed? It's not like you don't have the money to do it.
that's right. That's right.
So
And it's very interesting that both of them, the reality stars, and
yes,
that's kind of where they're getting their little man thing going. So we have to
yes,
wonder if Philip, as Robin calls him, is as in love with his wife as he seems to think or that everybody else was. So, hi, Song Sin. Thank you for that. Yeah, I get it.
hey,
Um,
hey,
and you are right, Mousy. He does like to humiliate his guests instead of helping them. And Trump likes to humiliate people too.
yes,
So they're both, yeah.
yeah.
So hello, Laura. It's good to see you. That's why he went to court mediation, which is where he met Oprah.
Oh,
I did not know that, Cheryl. So this is before he became Dr. Phil on TV.
okay.
And so he called himself Dr. Phil, even though he wasn't Dr. Phil.
He
Okay.
wasn't Dr. Phil.
Well, I said
Interesting.
something to my son. He goes, "Come on, Mom, Dr. Phil, really?" He didn't even want me to bring him up.
I know.
Kind of crazy.
I
Yeah.
know. And it was,
Yeah.
when I first heard him on Oprah, when I first started to listen to him, there was some things that he made sense about.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you're, like he used to say, especially with people who would, um, you know, continue to make poor choices or continue to do something that
Mhm.
they know they shouldn't,
Right.
and he would call them on it and say, how's that working for you?
Yeah.
clearly you must be getting something out of it or you would stop
Right.
doing it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep. Or
there
he'd send
was
him to rehab. Remember, he sent a
yeah,
lot of people into rehab.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and maybe the notoriety and the fame and all that just got into his head, right? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's very true.
forget your roots, forget where you come from.
Yeah. Where are you
Yeah,
going? Yeah. So you like the pink lens and sunglasses. Yeah,
yes,
I would admit, and I take an awful lot of vitamin
yes,
is it D, C and D. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Secondary gain as to continue on with maladaptive behavior.
yeah,
There you go. Thank you.
yeah.
So I don't know what you guys want to talk about tonight, but I said to Marina, we got a few things we could talk about, unless you just want some other kind of readings done. We've got, we've certainly got interest with the Justice Department. They were interviewed by the Wingnuts and James Comer's,
Oh,
yeah, and there's that, and then of course there's the Hunter Biden, which we shouldn't even really hear anything about because he's a private citizen.
exactly.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't know if you have any questions. Does Dr. Oz have a degree? I think he's a doctor. He ran for Senate in Pennsylvania, and I believe he's a doctor, but he
yeah.
um he has
Is
kind of some hokey ideas about I think he was the one that brought Trump on with one of the pills that he was recommending. I think so. Yeah. Oh, he's a heart
yeah.
surgeon. Okay. Huh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
yeah, he was into a little bit of, um flogging things that were meant to help do a lot of things and never did.
Right.
Right. So it
Absolutely.
was, yeah,
Yep.
big
Yep.
big sales things. So
Big sales things. And I have to, the only reason I kind of agree with you too, Froxy, is that when Maui happened, Oprah said she wanted to buy some land right there. And I don't know if she was doing it before the fire or after. I don't know the whole
yeah,
scenario. But there's a lot of
yeah,
people that really weren't very happy with that. So
yeah.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's a heart surgeon. Hi, Mary Thornberry and Celtic Seer and Anna Hutchison. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, but he ain't ever gonna be on my brain. I tell you that. That
No.
was really just
No.
nice. Yeah, yeah. And
No.
here's my
That
joke about that actually book. How AI does all the things that they do, and you can get through a class with AI, or you can, whatever. I'm thinking, is this what's going to happen? What's going to happen to brain surgery? What's going to happen with all kinds of different things? But
yeah.
that was the first thing. My first thought was brain surgery. So
Yep.
yeah, yep,
Yep. Absolutely. And
yep,
I
yeah.
don't
He
know.
was
I think I'd rather go consult my mechanic about, the um, something on my brain than Ben Carson. I no,
yep, yep.
no,
No, no, no. Yes.
no faith,
No,
no
thank
faith
you.
in
I
his
know.
abilities. And he could be an exceptional surgeon, but
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I would have
He's not.
no faith
No.
in him. Yeah.
Not at all. And Judith, I agree with you. Although the Monty Python show, those guys endeared themselves to me. I love those guys. And our people, there aren't too many that I have any interest in.
Yeah.
And so this where the deep dive into actually not just the Justice Department also could take us is Maddie Gates, because apparently McCarthy stepped out and said he needs to be out because he's with underage girls. He has the proof apparently.
Ooh,
And then there's Jimmy Jordan and all his wing nuttery. And yeah, and I know that we might have to wait for a second term, but the fact that they're talking about um, coming back and getting Dr. Fauci and getting some of the other people, it's like So here's my question, Marina. You must have a health minister that was a person that would update you all on when that was happening. Is there anybody that didn't believe him and thought he was making things up in
No.
Canada? No. Okay. Very revered for what he did then. Okay. Yeah.
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 And it's actually our health minister is female.
Mhm.
And yeah, she
Wow.
did regular updates
Yeah.
on where
Yeah.
things were. And no, we tend to be a fairly compliant society in that, you know,
Good.
we like to believe that the people that we have put in those positions of trust were chosen because they are the right person to be in that position,
That's wonderful.
right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, when they tell you something, or
Yeah.
I at
They didn't
least,
have
and
another
most of the
agenda.
people I know,
They're
yeah,
telling you the
is
truth. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
I yeah, and there was no such thing as, oh well, you know, she bought shares in this. There was none of that that back talk that, you know, we
No
heard a lot.
conspiratorial shit.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
yeah,
That must be very, very endearing. And you, I know you even recognize it more because you can see the shit show
yes,
that we're dealing with. But
yes, yeah,
wow, that's
yeah.
really
We
wonderful.
have our own share
I'm
of,
sure.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
politicians that do stupid things,
Mhm.
and you know, they generally don't tend to last a long time before
Uh-huh.
they're, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
shown the door. It's
On the
yeah,
door. Right. Yep.
yeah,
There you go, Linda. You too had Dr. Bonnie
yeah.
giving updates. Well, that's really good to know. But our people don't even believe that socialist medicine is good, and you guys never get a chance to see a doctor, and it takes a long time to get an operation. And that's not true. It's just so
Yeah.
stupid. It's like we have to wait here just as much as you have to wait there. So
Yes.
it doesn't make it. Yeah. But yeah, you're right, Celtic seer.
Yeah.
It is people need to be more realistic about science. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
I can't believe there are still people who believe the earth is flat, but they're there.
They're there. They're there. Yep. And the Floridian are re-signing ahead of the new law where you have to disclose where your money comes from. I just read an
Really?
article that said that Florida is a very expensive place to live now. Now, it never used to be.
No.
And yeah, I mean, it wasn't always.
Interesting.
Yep. So, oh, blue
Interesting.
Vogue shoes. Okay. Yeah.
Dr. Bonnie. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
And
okay. You're
yeah,
from Kentucky. Okay. Cool.
nice.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
Why do I want to sing my old Kentucky home? I don't know.
My husband's from there too, Old Silver. He grew up in Horse Cave, which is near Cave City and where the Mammoth Caves are.
Yeah.
And so,
I've
yeah.
never been to Kentucky, but I
No.
just, yeah.
Someday could be on your.
Yeah.
There's some beautiful spots there. There are some really lovely places. And
Uh-huh.
I've been all over the state. So
Yeah.
I'm the same way though, Rossi. I'm Fruxy Ruxer. I mean, I don't want to go to live. I lived in Florida. Actually, I did. I lived there for several years, and I lived in probably Matt Gates's district of all things.
Oh my.
Not when
Oh
he was.
my.
He wasn't even born by but yeah, the humidity was hard. You get in your car, and it takes a while for the heat for the AC to come on, and you just melt. You just melt. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so
bro.
what kind of
MTV.
readings do we want to do here today? Do we want to do some of the
Yeah,
fun ones? Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
we can do some of the ones that, yeah, that we talked about.
Sure.
And yeah, Buck says MTG said, if the earth is round and is rotating, why don't we feel the movement?
OMG. What is she? Bleach blonde bad bitch body.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from an Okie from Muskogee. There you go. Now you're in Owensboro. Okay. Very nice.
Excellent.
Mary, they do just meet one of the other flat earth. He said cars should be curved if the earth was round. I asked him if he knew anything about gravity. It is. You're right, Laura. It's a third grade question.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
I
it's
have no idea.
the world is huge. Cars are little.
But it doesn't look huge from outside. Yes, McGrill. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you
Okay.
lived in the Panhandle, Cheryl? Oh, for heaven's sake. And Froxy Roxy, I grew up in Derry near Manchester. So yeah,
Wow.
there you go. Yeah. All right. So what is it going to be? What are we going to pull on? What do you think? You want to know whatever you
let's look at the Justice Department.
Let's look at the Justice Department. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we and maybe what do we want to see? Do we have any spies in the camp when it comes to the Justice Department?
Well, he didn't get rid of a lot of people. I will say that.
Yeah. And by spies in the camp, I mean, so supporters of Duck Larange, as
like Robert Hur. I mean, he didn't get rid of Robert Hur, and he's still there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Oh boy. So I pulled 3. The first thing I pulled was a sunken ship, and that's what the Republicans are wanting to do, is to sink their ship. They're trying everything they can. And it's so stupid, honestly. But look, there might be, Marina, because there's a drunken sailor.
Ah, okay.
And they're trying to bulldoze their way in to get the information. So, wow.
Interesting. I get the Hangman.
Okay.
Okay. The 10 of Cups, and then I get the Magician. So yeah, someone is getting information, and they're kind of shall we say tweaking it for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
They're tweaking it and passing it along. What's at the bottom of the deck? The High Priestess. Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Old Silver says, yes, we've been infiltrated. Yeah. You have to know that if we were able to infiltrate, then they were able to infiltrate. My son was saying it used to be you could trust the New York Times, and that's not true anymore. Yeah. And the Washington Post, and that's not true anymore. So we've got a lot of compromising going on, and it's a mess. It's a total mess. Yes, the drunken sailor sinks the ship. Absolutely. They ram it into the side of the of the show of the whatever. Hi, Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
Amanda. Yeah, right. Totally. Okay, well then maybe the next thing we should ask is, when Biden takes over, are we going to be able to get rid of them?
So my son is not happy with Biden. He's so unhappy with Biden, and I keep saying, and then he says, why do we have to vote for the least worst? And I said, son, I have been voting for the least worst for years. I said, the only president I ever voted for, well, I like Joe, so he's okay, but was Barack. He's the only one I ever voted for that wasn't like, oh, I know, Mary, journalism's horrible. Yeah. Yeah. So will Joe be able to change things up? And I also later, I want to know why Kamala was never around and now she's around again.
Okay. Will they be able to let them out? Oh my.
Yes, that's right, Anya. We can see if we want to develop your intuition, you have a BS detector. You absolutely do. You do. We all do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't smell right, it's like the rotten egg.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so, it could be that Biden has breaks this open and it works out really well
Mhm.
because it's a house under construction right now,
Yeah.
and he's not going to do it right now. But he is talking about expanding the Supreme Court if he gets reelected as
Yes.
well. So there's that. But some of those folks are going to, there they go, the jail. Biden's going to
Yeah.
get those that need to be. And
Yes.
I don't think they're weaponizing like they like the other side says they are all the time. They're not doing that. They're
No.
just if you do something wrong, you pay the price. And if that means that you have to have somebody indict you, well, they've got the
Yeah.
proof. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think there's th- they're being close they're being closely monitored, okay, put it that way.
Mhm.
I get the
Yeah.
levers that kind of were they're people are getting close to them, and kind of it's like um you kind of infiltrate the infiltrator, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean about them, because I also get the Ace of Swords. This is, yeah, the truth coming in,
Mhm.
and cutting through all the bull, and being seeing what's going to what they need to do. And then I get the Nine of Cups, which is sort of the fulfillment of everything that we want. So I think that, yeah, they will be exposed. And whether it is entirely possible that a lot of them, when Trump loses again, are just going they know that the writing is on the wall. They know what's coming. And so
Mhm.
I think there's a very good possibility that there's going to be mass resignations, and
Mhm.
a lot of people in different positions are going to need to spend time with their families. And
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, because they know it's coming. So maybe the best thing to do is let the government concentrate on the ones that are still kind of practicing the craft. I'm just going to
Yeah.
back out, right?
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Yep. Because it's almost like there's too many. There's too many right now. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Um, all right. So let's see. We have Jane the Seeker. I'm glad to see you, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
Does the VP usually do a lot? I've always held the belief that VPs are the spare, as it were. Just saying, I agree with you, but Joe did a lot when he was VP, and
Yes,
and I thought that he would elevate her to that kind of a position. And it was like she's around. She shows up at different things, but usually they have some kind of a cause that they work on. And I don't
yes,
know why he hadn't had her. I don't know what that deal is all about. I'd love to know. I want to read on that. I do. I want to know
yeah. Why?
uh
Why?
what's the
Why
deal with
now?
Kamala? Yeah.
My sense with her, as much as, I mean, she's experienced, there was also a lot of things that she might have fallen a little short on when it came to experience. And I think
True.
that, kind of having her in the background, um, you kind of don't pay attention too much attention to her, but she's learning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's picking
Yeah.
up the knowledge, she's learning,
It's,
she's
yeah.
doing things,
That's
she's
true.
working
Yeah.
on her projects. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think that if she ever was to debate whoever is
Yeah.
going to,
Oh,
I
she's
mean,
going to give them a run for their money, that's for sure.
oh,
Yes, she will. But I want to say that Harry Truman did not know about the Manhattan Project until after Roosevelt was dead. So there's a VP who didn't know a thing. Yeah. So
yeah,
I think she could be if she could smooth a few things over. So what do
yeah,
you got?
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, um, I've got the Knight of Cups, I've got the Nine of Pentacles, and then I've got Justice. So I think that yeah, she is being tutored behind the scenes and is giving um, she's being filled in on, let's say, a lot more
Uh-huh.
than maybe Mike Pence was and whatnot. So
Yeah.
she's being tutored behind the scenes. She's been given the information that is of value, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so
It's too
she'll
bad
be
because
able
I
to
think we
do the
needed to
right thing.
see more, you know, as
Yes,
we needed to see a little bit more in our
yeah,
country. Yeah, I'm getting,
totally.
you know, it's been a meandering thing for her.
Yeah,
She's meandered through different things. Um, she is devoted to him, and she doesn't
yes,
want to overshadow him. I think that's another thing, because she
yeah,
could be. I don't know if you remember, but during some um, uh, when she and he were on the stage together back when she was running for president, she hurt his feelings a lot. She said something to him that really hurt him. But yeah,
yeah,
she's his baby angel. She's
yeah,
because she's so much younger than him that
yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah.
yeah, I get it.
And
Yeah.
I think Biden is the kind of man that is, while he's planning for the future, while he is running for president again, he knows what he has to do. He also knows that, I mean, his number could be up any day, and he wants to make sure that the country is going to be left in
Yeah.
sound hands, so that she can step in and
Mhm.
say,
Mhm.
okay, here we go. This is what we're doing on this. This is what we're doing on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot happening behind the scenes that we don't see. Yeah.
Well, and Mary makes a good point. Sometimes I think because of racism, and you know, she is too an
Yes.
Asian and an African American woman.
Yes.
I'm sure is very fierce toward anyone, and so she's laying low. That's. I think they didn't they do a swatting at her house. They might have
I
entertainment.
think a while. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
in the beginning. It was
Yeah.
a while back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she was on Kimmel the other night. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Nice.
So, book wonders, do we have movement toward justice for all? Isn't that part of liberty and justice for all?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
book, in my lifetime, it sure would be nice. But I remember telling my kids who, you know, that they said, "What a hell of a time to be born." And I said, "Well, you contracted for this." And of course, they're not metaphysical, so they're like, "What?" And but
Yeah.
but we did. We all did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love it
Absolutely.
too, Froxy, that she's
Oh,
multi-race. Yeah, I agree.
yes.
Yeah, but, you know, who doesn't think so? Yeah. Oh, I just can't believe that Tim Scott said, "Yeah, with Jim Crow, African Americans were more family oriented," and I'm like, "Well, they had to be, you idiot."
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Is is there going to be justice for all? You go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Allie.
get a fire. We got to light a fire under a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so some of this comes with the work we need to do that we talked about earlier in the show, working on our shadow selves, bringing ourselves out and looking at all of our foibles,
Yeah.
and knowing at the same time that we're perfect just the way we are, and we can move into that higher vibration and light a fire on. And even if we only help one person to light a fire under, that's one more than there was yesterday. And we have to have a pretty big paradigm leap. We do.
Yeah.
We can do it. We absolutely can do this. Um, and we have to cut the idiots out, get rid of the idiots, and you know, in order to move forward. Yes, he is Song Sin. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awful.
Totally. Totally. And okay, there's the Five of Cups. This has been a burden for a lot of people for a long time, and
Yeah.
we are witnessing what happens um, to justice, and that there are definitely two systems of justice. There's one for
Yeah.
the rich and one for the poor. And so it is not justice for all. It is justice for some and justice to some.
Hmm.
But it does change. I get the justice card. I also get the strength card. And so I think that, again, things are going to be put into place so that the loopholes that we have seen over the last number of years that we've identified as loopholes can be plugged.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah.
so that we are going to get to that justice for all. Hopefully, like you say, Ali, it will happen in my lifetime. If not in my lifetime, certainly in my son's lifetime.
Your son's lifetime. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's hope. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how
Laura
we move
asked this.
forward.
Well, it is. Laura asked this earlier with when we were talking about who's in the Justice Department as the saboteurs. They're probably even low entry
Yes.
people. Could be clerks. Could be,
Yes.
because we had those. We actually had people in there that flipped and went from a Republican to Democrat because they couldn't stand it. And you have to wonder if they could be also flipped the other way,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's very interesting. I have, this is a great question, McGrill, and it brings up what I wanted actually in a new Supreme Court justice. And that was, this person would make a great Supreme Court justice. I don't know. It would be unprecedented. I don't know if this person would do it, but I think Barack Obama should be the next Supreme Court justice. And he can be, as far as I know.
He's
I mean,
a
he's not
lawyer.
being president
Yeah.
again. As far as replacing Merrick Garland, I don't know if Joe won't replace him unless he leaves. I don't think. Do you think so?
Yeah. The problem with Merrick Garland is he understands the gravity of everything that is going on. And so he wants to make sure that he is doing everything sort of by the book, right? All the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. I understand the need for caution, but he's being a little too cautious.
I agree. Now, I agree with this, except that I think he likes his job and he wants to go back. I don't think he wants to stay in this terrible system, but he would be a wonderful replacement. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He does look tired, Christine. I agree with you. Yeah. Yep.
Totally.
His second term. Yeah, I would love it, Wildflower Wind. I would love it if that was the case. Yeah. Yeah. I do. I think I mean, Merrick Garland was a great prosecutor for the Oklahoma City bombing. He was amazing. And that's why he was picked. But he was younger. But I don't want to bring in the age card either.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly. No, I think that the position weighs heavy on him, the responsibility weighs heavy on him. And I do understand, that because this is something that can impact the whole country in a huge major way. I do understand caution. I just think sometimes, when you've double checked and triple checked, you don't need to check it a fourth and fifth time. Right?
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and maybe that's where that fire that you pulled out beforehand. Maybe that's where that
Somebody
comes
lights
in.
a fire
Light
under
a
his
fire
nose.
under him. Like, let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's had a lot of threats, and so has what is it? Mayorkas. Unbelievable amounts of BS that are being thrown toward him. And you have to wonder if it's because he's, from the, I don't even think he's from Mexico. I think he's from, well, maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe Puerto Rico. I don't know.
Yeah, Puerto Rico or Cuba or something.
Yeah. One of those places.
Yeah. Not, it doesn't matter. And I could have smacked Trump when I heard him say, Well, you know, no, not Majorca. Sorry, no, that was Marshawn when he was talking about.
Oh,
Look where
oh
he's
yeah.
from. Look where he's from.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Look where you're from.
I know.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in
I
China? You know, it's
absolutely.
just
His father was an immigrant from Nazi Germany, for heaven's sake.
yes. And his
Grandfather.
grandfather ran a
Yeah.
whorehouse. Let's, yeah. And when
Yeah.
his grandfather tried to go back because he was facing some things in the US, and he went back to Germany, and Germany said, no,
You don't
no,
want
no,
him.
no, 9-9, you're not coming back here. No, get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when your country of birth says, no, we'd rather not have you back.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Book, you want to know, will those who participated in January 6th, and I'd like to think so. Right now, there was a guy that I saw today, he lives in Georgia and he was running for, I think, Georgia Senate. I don't, someplace. And he was a January 6th dude. And what really blows my mind is that felons can't work for the government. Felons can't uh, have certain jobs, and yet we have a felon who wants to run for president, and we also have a silly Supreme Court that wants to do nothing about it. So, yeah, crazy,
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but
Uh,
it
yeah,
is all going
Hi, Jeff.
to, the ship is going to right itself.
Oh, he's
And
Colombian. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, he's an academic. He's Colombian. Yeah, absolutely. Mershon, I like Mershon. I thought. And so did all the jurors. Do you know? I had no idea there was a juror on there that got their news from Truth Social.
Yes.
So, that's a pretty well convinced MAGA person,
Absolutely.
I would
Yes.
say. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
know, Anna. I wouldn't vote for him either. He just doesn't treat people well. So those who participated in January 6th, we know that some of them are getting uh, indicted. What I think you want to know, and maybe you don't, but it's like Gates and what's his face from Missouri, Josh Hawley, and those people, Margie. Is that what you're looking for, Book? I don't know.
yeah. Well, those who participated, you know what? I think anyone who participated in January 6th to any extent absolutely should be held accountable. That is treason. What happened was not a peaceful protest. We all saw it on TV. Like who am I going to believe? You
Yeah.
are my lying eyes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. One of the things,
Mm.
somebody was arguing with me on some kind of a thread, and I usually don't buy into it, but I did, and they were saying, look what Biden has done at the border. And I said, yeah, and look at all the work that was done by the Oklahoma senator and all the others. And Trump said, don't pass the border bill. So whose fault really is this? And I didn't get a reply. Yeah.
No. Are they?
Oh, Ted Cruz and Clyde Higgins. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they going to be? Yeah. Will those who participated? Yes. I start off with the death card. They're they will be identified, and there will be consequences to their actions. It will bring an end. This is probably one of the most beautiful death cards I think I've ever seen.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. It's the end of things. I also got the 8 of Wands.
Oh.
Right. They are not the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles. Sorry. The look at the work and everything that has been done, and everything that they put into that January 6th leads to the Ten of Swords.
Oh,
So yes, yeah,
yeah.
their days are numbered. They will be held accountable. Maybe not as quickly as we'd like them to, but they will be.
Wait till you see what I got. First of all, I got a gold mine. So somebody knows, and it's a gold mine of who they're going to get and how they're going to get them. But wait till you see what their lesson is. Kneel before no one.
Wow. Yeah,
Kneel before no one. Yeah.
exactly.
Wow, that was a perfect card. Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, book, what you got to do is you got to limit your exposure to that kind of news, and it's hard. And they want us to get triggered. They want us to
Yes.
be upset and everything else. And it is hard because I'd like to know, but I don't need to know so much, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, and somebody said, okay, Mary, hold on, I'll get it. Somebody said that we should have paid more attention to politics when we were younger. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That and
Absolutely.
everybody that says, "Oh, I hate politics. I hate it. I don't want to talk about it." Politics is life. Politics is
Yes.
everything. It involves everything, even in
Yeah.
Canada, even in the UK, everywhere. And if we don't show some attention to it, we risk just exactly what's happening right now
Yep.
because not enough people will vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It reminds me of that
oh,
old phrase, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
that's right. Yeah.
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 Hey,
I got
Sherry.
chills on that card too. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Sherry. Hi, Sherry. So Mary wrote this in June 2024. Saudi Arabia is expected to announce it will cease all oil sales in US dollars, marking the end of the 50-year petrodollar pact signed in 1974. Any thoughts on that?
Hmm. Alrighty.
That's why they want Trump in there. That's why they're upset that he isn't. Oh, by the way, Jared just got another $500 million deal with somebody somewhere. I can't
Oh,
even.
did
It's
he?
like no, it's in Croatia. That's where it is. He wants to build apartment buildings or something there. Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I know people in
I
Croatia.
know you do.
I'm making phone calls. I gotta go. I gotta make some phone calls. Yeah, do not let that man anywhere near the coast.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So what do I get? I get a meadow, and I get a graveyard. So it's going to cease. That's why Joe's been moving towards a different form of energy. I didn't even know this, Mary. I was not aware of this. Thank you for making me aware of it.
Yes.
Joe is trying to get wind energy and solar energy and all the other things. So what was going to happen if Trump was there is that he would have made some kind of another deal because they want to keep that kind of energy, or they would tap into the energy reserves in our national parks. That was the
Yes.
other thing. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
This okay. It is about the money, the King of Pentacles. It is about the money. And I think it feels like even though they said, yeah, they're not going to make deals in US dollars, what kind of dollars are you going to be dealing with? What is your next currency of choice? Because the rest of the world runs on US dollars. So what is it that you're going to replace it with, especially coming so soon? I mean, we are in June 2024. So
we are. Yeah, right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I
So
think
I'm finding that maybe this was really Croatia, not Croatia, but Albania and a few. I can't remember now, but I wanted to make sure that I told you that. Yeah. I
I
know.
could see, yeah, I could see him going to, yeah, maybe Albania or Slovenia.
Maybe. Isn't that where she's from? The wife is from
Slovenia
Slovenia.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, Melania is from Slovenia.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. We are behind Europe on green energy. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, we
totally.
we need to know, like, it expired yesterday, book said. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
what the hell? Wow.
I think that that's
Mm,
there's a lot of things that you can say, yeah, that's what they're going to do, but replace it with what? Who else's currency is strong right now? Who else's currency are they? Um, what other currency is there by default
mm-hmm.
that when you do conversions is going to work out for you? Because there's everything else runs on the American dollars. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
what?
So what do I get? I pulled one more card on it, and it says strangely perfect timing.
Oh,
These cards
well,
are really knocking it out tonight. Yeah. Wow.
totally.
Yeah. Wow. What
And
currency is most stable? I don't know.
is most stable. It's what it is the U.S. dollar,
Okay.
even though it's not it used to be backed by gold. It's no longer
Right.
backed by gold.
No, it's not.
So it's really not backed by a whole lot, but it is the currency that the world operates on. And you can't just say, well, I'm not doing business with you in US dollars. Okay, no
Mm-hmm.
problem. You can, do
Mm-hmm.
work with me in whatever currency you want, because ultimately I'm going to get whatever currency you send me. I'm going to quote you in US dollars. You're going to have to pay the equivalent of that in US dollars. It's going to end up
Mm-hmm.
costing more based on the exchange rate for the other currencies.
That's right.
And I might end up coming out ahead, because when you send me the other currency and I take it to the bank, I could end up
Yeah.
a few dollars better off.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't, you have a currency in place, and you make sure that currency is strong
Yeah.
before you say, I'm no longer,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with
Mm-hmm.
this, I'm dealing with that. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Well, we are a little bit over an hour, and we're going to head out. But I'm going to let Marina tell you again a little bit about Friday. Just heads up for those of you who hadn't been here. So.
Yes, if you came in late, yeah, a little bit of housekeeping. On Friday, Val is going to be hosting our Story in the Cards show, and this is one show you don't want to miss. It's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Don't want to give away even a hint.
Not a
All
hint.
you need to know is you need to be there.
That's
That's
right.
all. You
That's right.
need to be there. You will be very sorry if you are not there. So
Thank
I'm just
you. Thanks,
and in the
Marina.
meantime, yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Allie's channel. Go over to my channel, do the same thing on my channel as well. And yeah, check out our community tabs. We post a lot of things what we're up to.
We
So,
do. We do. And we have both have memberships. So thank you to all
absolutely.
those that are here, all members, all
Yes.
subscribers, and
Oh,
all moderators. Yeah.
okay. And Anya wanted to know what time. It
Oh,
is 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so 7 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern.
there you go. And
There
it's
you go.
Friday, so you can
And it's
stay up
right. Yeah.
late. You're allowed to. Yeah.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah, sweet dreams. Thank you so much,
All right.
everybody.
Take
Much
care,
love to you
everyone.
all.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.